he's got the camera again. Hey, Blue Table fans. That was the weirdest hey, Blue Table fans ever. So guess what? This is the part where I put my camera up and I feel like talking. I feel like talking, woo! So anyway, I have my down times too. That's what that sounds like. So anyway, good times were had by one. Okay, so you know what? Hold on a second. Can you imagine what it's like? What it's like being one of my children and getting the talk. All right, son. Girls are like a slide. No wait, a slip and slide. No, they're more like a merry-go-round. Anyway, I'm like leaning over the seat in the car, you know, and my wife's just going. Good times. So anyway, all right. Yeah, the only channel that brings you happiness. Food, shelter, and love. All right. I am going somewhere with this because I want to talk about stuff. First off, I'm in inquiries, so I'm ready to take your order. I actually cleared my inbox. Spencer's still doing his thing. And hold on a second. Yeah, so he still has some. Hey, you may mock now. Hold on. Let's take a look at Shannon. How you doing, Shannon? What's different about Shannon today?
Apparently my hair.
Your hair is a little bit different. No, has this happened before?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, I'm like really focused in. All right. Well, it looks nice. Thanks. I couldn't think of a comment fast enough this morning. So I have. First off, I want to give some shouts out. One to Worthy Painting. If you're in Europe or UK, you definitely need to check him out as your first stop for your miniatures assembly and painting needs. They are really quite talented, and Nick is iron will determined, just like me. We found out we've got a lot in common when we were up at Valhalla. Somebody having the same sorts of challenges that I have. Where else was going? Oh yeah, Modest Magic Terrain. That guy's up. I'm picking my winners. That guy's up and coming. The next one is Drop Zone Commander. That game is out of this world. In fact, I want to show you something. All right, so here's my Drop Zone Commander. This is 2 starter boxes. I got my United Colonies of Man guys and my little tanks here. I don't know if these will. These probably won't focus in very well, but that's about how big they are. So you got to think of the tanks as the equivalent of a 28 millimeter infantry in other games. Here's the grav tanks for the Scourge. That's like the alien guys. And by the way, these aren't the biggest figures. Here's a heavy grav tank for the Scourge. These have razor worms in it, so they disgorge these. Like I don't know, they're probably the size of a large anaconda, I guess. So they're really cool. The razor worms are not those tanks. This is 10 millimeter scale. So here's a guy, right? Whoops. So the guys are actually pretty small if you look at them next to the vehicles. I got to tell you, it's pretty cool. So anyway, in inquiries, what we do is we make sure that things meet what's called exit criteria for assembly and painting, which means that the project has to have an instruction sheet, which is reviewed. That's the specifications of the client. And make sure that the invoice matches that, and make sure that all the materials needed are actually in the bin. So for example, these are projects that are waiting for materials. And by the way, this isn't very many. We usually don't like things to be there for more than a week. Right now we're clearing out quite a log jam. I bring this up, and it's at the tail end of like clearing out. The reason I bring this up is, guess what? Now is a great time to set up a new project. We're actively taking new projects. Once things get into assembly and painting, they do not take long. We are so organized. It's ridiculous. We have worked so hard for so many years to get our system and to refine it. You just have to refine it and polish it. Isn't that right? Can you back me up on this?
I'm just kidding, yeah. We're awesome. And we're just getting better and better. So, there you go.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's not a very good
That was
backup.
not
I'm sorry, I'm busy.
very
I'm doing
helpful.
stuff.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, and Shannon, of all people, should know because she has really been involved in this process of, okay, how do you actually do things? And you may not know this, but we use what's called the Kanban system, which is what has been used in Toyota manufacturing plants to keep track of things with many, many, many moving parts. And so that has to do with what's called swimming lanes, exit criteria, and stuff like that. So we have this master spreadsheet of projects that shows the different stages of the project so we can look at that and know exactly where it is. And I got to tell you, for this industry, easier said than done. But for us, it's a great work of art. So anyway, that is why you probably won't see any bat reps from me this week. And I desperately want to do one. I have this Skaven army. Go look some 10 or 20 videos back. You'll find this great Skaven army. That's on the block. It's on the web store. Right now, I'd say we probably have 10 to 20 armies available just for purchase. And our goal is to get that up to 200 for starters. I believe 200 is a critical mass. In fact, I'm going to talk about that on a different video because that has to do with our Kickstarter. So let's see here. I mentioned Modest Magic, Drop Zone Commander. Who's the other? Oh, Back to Basics. Those racks. Those are really good. These are great products. You will have happiness in your life and your mind with those around. Hey, Blue Table fans! It's double studio update day. Yeah. I have a different shirt on. So, guy, who does that remind you of? All right. So, yeah, I'm going somewhere with this. Forge World Order. We will oftentimes seek out a client or fan to place a Forge World order on our behalf. And I'm going to provide a link for information on that. Basically, you get a beefed up credit amount with Blue Table Painting. So if you do, say, a $400 Forge World order with us, you receive $500 worth of stuff from us. And we have our own reasons for doing it this way. It works out for all parties involved. So yeah, like you want to see me this whole time, but that's kind of how it turned out. Oh, hey, one other thing. I'm going to be making some Drop Zone Commander terrain this weekend. At least that's the plan. And I found somebody sent in these old Star Wars ships, and I thought those would make, if you cut them, they'd make these real cool, like power generator, futuristic city type of stuff. Yeah, in fact, there's a ton of these in here, which as a repeating pattern they need to be painted, of course. Well, I don't know, maybe I just leave them like this, right? Like just do a bunch of them like that. So anyway, all right, maybe it's terrible. Sean, that's an awful idea. Well, you know what? Maybe it is, but maybe it isn't. So, all right, the other thing is I am pretty much caught up on my correspondence, and I am just ready to set up new projects. We are currently at really a good point to set new things up so that they will be ready to be tended to as soon as they arrive. All right. Well, thanks for listening in on this absolutely disjointed ramble.